In 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act mandated that physical businesses remove barriers to entry. Today, that exact legal and moral expectation applies directly to the digital storefront. As platforms like Magento and Adobe Commerce scale rapidly, merchants face intense growing pressure to ensure their online stores meet these digital compliance standards. The most common reaction is a quick fix. Many businesses drop in a single widget, an accessibility overlay, assuming compliance is now handled. This approach leaves the storefront's underlying code untouched, separating the visual checklist from the technical reality of the website. Beneath that superficial overlay, the actual code-level barriers remain entirely intact for any shopper relying on a screen reader or keyboard navigation. A storefront might look visually flawless on the surface, but underneath, assistive technologies interpret a chaotic jumble of code. When shoppers encounter these invisible walls, we are prevented from completing purchases. The result is an abandoned funnel, lost revenue, and damaged brand trust. A service-level tool fails both the customer's basic need for access and the merchant's need for actual legal protection. To solve this, we have to establish foundational accessibility. This requires embedding compliance directly into the core user interface and site architecture, rather than trying to bolt it on top. Merchants must move past automated audit scores. You have to test real, multi-step customer journeys using actual assistive technology to see how the site performs. Take navigation as an example. If the underlying heading structures are improper or missing entirely, a keyboard-only user quickly becomes trapped and completely disoriented. You cannot fix what automated tools cannot see. A human-centric architectural audit is the only reliable way to find these barriers. Once we identify the barriers, we move to product discovery. Here, visual readability and clearly defined interactive elements dictate a buyer's momentum. Weak color contrast and improperly coded buttons immediately disrupt that momentum, destroying buyer confidence and bringing the browsing experience to a dead stop. But the highest risk lies at the most critical conversion point of the entire site, the checkout flow. Often, a form label is missing in the code, invisible to the naked eye. For screen readers, this causes confusion and cart abandonment. Remediation restores logical tags and structural labels into the code, securing the transaction without altering the visual design. By repairing the sales funnel from the inside out, real accessibility remediation turns hard blockers back into seamless bridges. The operational result is a rebuilt store that is universally inclusive, legally defensible, and highly optimized for conversion. However, an e-commerce store is a living website. As the digital environment constantly evolves, accessibility can silently degrade over time. The routine addition of new product pages, seasonal design updates, and third-party extensions can unknowingly reintroduce deep structural barriers. Ensuring long-term ADA and WCAG readiness requires a repeatable process that applies these standards to every new update and integration. Accessibility serves as a fundamental benchmark for the quality and reliability of a digital shopping experience. Look closely at your own infrastructure. Are your current compliance tools actually serving your customers, or are they merely hiding systemic flaws? To see exactly how to rebuild this foundation, read Rave Digital's full case study, request a deep accessibility audit, and consult with their Magento experts. Building a better, friction-free experience for every shopper is the only true way to achieve lasting compliance and genuine brand trust.